Find a comfortable seat on your mat. Be sure to pull the flesh away from those sit bones so that you're starting with a nice stable foundation. Bring the navel in towards the spine and allow the crown of the head to reach towards the sky. So we're making ourselves as tall as we can here, decompressing that spine by pressing down through the sit bones and reaching up through the crown of the head. I'm surrounded by yellow jackets right now, so let's hope for the best. Bring the shoulder blades together and down the back and place the hands on the thighs, palms up, and close your eyes. Start to watch your breath by making your inhale and make your inhale the same length as the exhale. If you're not stuffy, you can breathe in and out through the nose. With the inhale, lengthen the spine. And with the exhale, keep the length in the spine, but just begin to relax the body. So you can relax the shoulders away from the ears, relax the jaw, release any tension that you're holding on to. So one of the things we learn in yoga philosophy is that desire is the cause of all suffering. And you can think of desire as attachment. So your attachment to material goods, your attachment to other people, your attachment to different ideas or institutions. Attachment or desire is the cause of all suffering. So if we want to suffer less, we need to learn to detach and to kind of take the seat of the witness. And it's challenging to do. It's challenging to do with material things, and it's really challenging to do with people. You could have someone in your life that you love, but they cause you suffering. And so that's very difficult to do, to detach from people. Over time, it sometimes happens naturally. You may have groups of friends, and then just your likes and dislikes change throughout time. So you may not have as much in common anymore, and then you meet new friends. But Swami Satchidananda has a quote that I want to read today, speaking about this. Ignorance is regarding the impermanent as permanent. Ignorance is regarding the impermanent as permanent. And that's from Swami Satchidananda. So we can think about that with regards to everything, really. Everything is always changing, always transitioning and changing. And I really like to use the visual of laying on your back and looking up at the clouds. You may make a shape out of a cloud in your mind, be like, oh, that looks like a clown. But then that cloud is constantly drifting and changing. So the next moment that you look at it, oh my gosh, now it looks like a dog or something like that. It's not going to stay the same. It's not supposed to stay the same. When my babies were really small, people would always say things like, oh, I hate watching them grow up. Oh, And I'm like, I like watching them grow up because it means that they're thriving and they're alive. It's what is supposed to happen. Sure, they're so cute when they're super little, but we want them to grow and change. That's what they're supposed to do. We are supposed to grow and change. Where I am on my spiritual path is not the same place as I was a week ago, a year ago, 10 years ago. It's constantly evolving. It's constantly changing. So if you can remember that, it really can help you when you're dealing with attachment and suffering, because things do change. The leaves fall off the trees. Then in the spring they come back. They're not going to stay there all the time. It's just not how it works. So think about that today as we go through our practice and see if there's an aspect of your life that's causing you suffering because you're afraid of losing it. And realize that maybe losing it is what's supposed to happen. And oftentimes I do believe that things happen for a reason. So if you have a friend that you interact with regularly and then all of a sudden they stop calling or your visits stop happening, that can open up space for you to fill with something else that you like rather than dwelling on the loss. So I hope all that makes sense. It's a lot to think about. But again, ignorance is regarding the impermanent as permanent. From Swami Satchidananda. Let's bring the hands together at the heart in Anjali Mudra, prayer position. We'll breathe together 3 times, and on the 3rd exhale, we'll share the sound of Om. Take a nice deep breath in through the nose. Exhale through the nose. Inhale and exhale. And for the 3rd time together, inhale. Bow your head. Place the hands on the thighs. Softly open the eyes, looking forward. So we're going to stay seated to start and just bring your arms by your sides. On the inhale, arms come up overhead. And then on your exhale, arms come back down by your sides. You're moving with your breath at your own pace. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, arms come down. The next time the arms are up overhead, allow your palms to come together to touch. As you exhale, bring the hands together at the heart. Take your right hand by your side. Reach the left fingertips towards the sky. So here you're going to press down through the sit bones as you inhale, grow tall. And then as you exhale, begin to tip to your right. You can walk your fingertips out here and then really bow out the left ribs. So we're going to add on to this. Take the left hand to the outside of the right side of the head and just very gently, you're going to draw your head to the left just to get a stretch in the neck. Carefully release the head. Bring that left arm back up. Lower it to the ground, coming back up to seated. The left hand comes by your side. Reach the right fingertips to the sky. So we root down through the sit bones. Inhale, grow tall. As you exhale, tip to the left. Bow out the right ribs. And then you'll take that right hand to the left side of the head and just gently draw that right ear towards the right shoulder. Release the head. Bring that right arm back to the sky, lower it to the ground as you come back to Sukhasana. Place the hands on the knees and you're going to pitch forward about 45 degrees. Keep those sit bones rooted down and start to make nice big circles at the waist. And then we'll start to make our circles going in the other direction. And then bring yourself back up to a neutral neck, neutral spine. Take the right hand behind the right hip, but make sure you're not leaning back. We want to sit up nice and tall. Your left hand comes to the top of the right knee. Root down through the sit bones. Inhale, grow tall. As you exhale, begin to twist to the right. The twist starts at the belly and moves up. The last thing to turn is the head. Press down through the sit bones. Inhale, lengthen. As you exhale, slowly come back to center. We'll take that left hand behind the left hip. Right hand comes to the top of the left knee. Press down through the sit bones. Inhale, grow tall. As you exhale, begin to twist to the left. Press down through the sit bones once again. Inhale, lengthen. As you exhale, come back to center. So we're going to extend the legs out nice and long, coming to Dandasana, staff pose. So you just extend the legs out. We want to make sure the heels stay on the ground, but you can flex the feet by pulling the toes towards you. Hands just rest gently by your sides, shoulder blades together and down the back. Bend your right knee, placing the sole of the foot on the ground. Take that right hand behind the right hip. Left hand wraps around the right knee. Press down through your sit bones. Inhale, lengthen. On the exhale, begin to twist to the right, so you're twisting into that bent leg. Breathe here. Keep the left foot flexed and active. Press down through those sit bones. Inhale, grow tall. As you exhale, slowly come back to center. So you're going to pick up that right foot and take your left hand to the pinky toe side of the foot. And then extend that leg nice and long as you twist to the right. So you can reach the right arm out or you can keep the hand on the ground. Slowly come back to center. You can lower the right leg to the ground, coming back to Dandasana. Bend the left knee. Sole of the foot comes to the mat, flex through the right heel. Take that left hand behind the left hip, wrap your right arm around the left knee. Press down through the sit bones. Inhale, grow tall. As you exhale, begin to twist to the left. Root down through those sit bones. Inhale, grow tall. Slowly come back to center. So you'll pick up the left foot, take the right hand to the pinky toe side of the foot. Extend the leg nice and long as you twist to the left. Slowly bring yourself back to center. You can lower the legs to the ground. If you have a strap, you can place that around the balls of both feet. If you don't have a strap, you can just follow me. On the inhale, arms sweep up. And as you exhale, hinge from those hips folding forward. So I want you to bend your knees enough so that you can hold on to the bottoms of your feet. And then just extend the legs out as long as you can without letting go of the feet. Start to bring yourself up to seated. Let's come to all fours, hands and knees. So get comfortable on all fours. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, shift the hips to the heels, the chest to the thighs, coming to extended child's pose. On the inhale, come back up, all fours. Exhale, shift back. Inhale, bring yourself back up. The next time you come to all fours, pause there. I'm going to move up a little bit because I brought myself back a little too far. As you inhale, the right arm and the left leg sweep out parallel to your mat. Reach through the heel, reach through the fingertips. Take a breath in. As you exhale, draw your right elbow to the left knee beneath the belly, and as you inhale, extend. Exhale, draw together. Inhale, extend. 3 more on your own. When you finish, you can lower your right hand, lower the left knee, shift back to child's pose, and then bring yourself back up, all fours. This time, we'll reach through the right heel and the left arm. Navel comes in towards the spine. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, draw your left elbow to the right knee beneath the belly. Inhale, extend. Exhale, draw together. Inhale, extend. 3 more on your own. When you finish, you'll lower the left hand, lower the right knee, shift back to child's pose, and then bring yourself back up to all fours, hands and knees. Next, we're going to move into downward facing dog. So from all fours, curl your toes under. Start to shift the hips towards the heels. The knees lift as you press back. So when we come to downward facing dog, make sure to create length in the spine. You can do this by bending both knees and keeping them bent, and then shift those hips back and up. Then lower the heels towards the mat. Start to bend the knees. Go back down into child's pose. And then as you inhale, bring yourself back up, all fours. And we'll do that again. Curl the toes under. Start to shift the hips towards the heels. Knees lift as you press back. Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Start to walk the feet forward towards your hands, coming to Uttanasana, forward fold. Bring the hands to the hips, press down through the feet, and come up to Tadasana, mountain pose. As you inhale, arms sweep up. Exhale, fold forward, hinging from those hips. As you inhale, bring yourself up halfway. So you can just let the hands slide right up the shins. And then on the exhale, fold forward. You're going to step back to all fours. So you'll lower the right knee, followed by the left. And then step that right foot forward between the hands. On the inhale, the arms sweep up as the hips lower towards the ground. Gently draw the right hip back, left hip forward. Lower the hands to the inside of the right foot. As you inhale, begin to twist open, reaching the left arm towards the sky. Exhale, lower that left hand. Begin to twist to the right as you reach the right arm to the sky. Exhale, lower the right hand to the outside of the right foot. Shift the hips back, coming up onto the heel, folding forward. Again, gently bring the right hip back, left hip forward. Shift forward and step that right knee back to meet the left. Curl the toes under and shift back to downward facing dog. Step the feet forward, coming to Uttanasana, forward fold. Press down through those feet. Inhale, arms come all the way up. Exhale, hands together at the heart. Inhale, arms sweep up. Exhale, fold forward. As you inhale, come halfway up to your flat back. Exhale, fold. We'll step back to all fours once again. This time, step the left foot forward between the hands. As you inhale, arms sweep up, hips lower. Square those hips towards the front of your room. And then lower the hands to the inside of the left foot. Sweep the right arm towards the sky. As you exhale, lower. Begin to twist to the left as you reach the left arm to the sky. Exhale, lower the left hand to the outside of that left foot. Shift the hips back, coming up onto the heel and folding forward. Shift that body forward once again. Step the left knee back to meet the right. Curl the toes under. Shift back to downward facing dog. Reestablish the balanced breath if it's gotten away from you. Inhale and exhale are equal. Walk the feet forward, coming to Uttanasana, forward fold. Press down through those feet. Inhale, arms all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, arms sweep up. Exhale, fold forward. As you inhale, come halfway up. As you exhale, fold. Step back to all fours, hands and knees. Bring that right foot forward. Inhale, arms sweep up, hips lower towards the mat. Place the hands to the inside of the right foot. Begin to twist to the left as you reach the left arm towards the sky. Lower the left hand. Begin to twist to the right as you reach the right arm to the sky. Take that right hand to the outside of the right foot. Shift the hips back, stretching that right hamstring. Shift your body forward once again. Step your right knee back to meet the left. Curl the toes under. Shift back, downward facing dog. Step your feet forward, coming back to Uttanasana, forward fold. Press down through the feet. Inhale, arms all the way up. Exhale, hands come to your heart. Inhale, arms sweep up. Exhale, fold forward. As you inhale, bring yourself up halfway. As you exhale, fold. Step back, all fours. Bring your left foot forward between the hands. Place the left hand to the inside of that left foot. Oh, I'm sorry, I skipped a part. Don't bring your hand in yet. As you inhale, arms sweep up, hips lower towards the mat. Now lower those hands to the inside of the left foot. Sweep the right arm up towards the sky as you twist open. Exhale, lower, and then begin to twist to the left as you reach the left arm towards the sky. Lower the left hand to the outside of the left foot. Shift those hips back. Hinge forward. Shift the body weight forward. Step the left knee back to meet the right. And once more, we'll meet in downward facing dog. Come back to the breath. Inhale and exhale are equal. Walk your feet forward, coming to Uttanasana, forward fold. Bring the hands to the hips, press down through the feet, come up to standing. So we come back to Tadasana, mountain pose. From here, as you inhale, arms sweep up. As you exhale, bend the knees as if you're sitting just on the edge of a chair. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, you're going to slide the hips back in the chair. Press down through the feet. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, fold forward. On the inhale, come halfway up. And then as you exhale, fold forward. Step back to downward facing dog. Sweep the right leg out behind you, and then step that right foot forward, or you can pick it up and move it and place it between the hands. Root down through the sole of the left foot, toes point out slightly, and as you inhale, arms sweep up, coming to Virabhadrasana 1, Warrior One. As you inhale, straighten the right leg. And then as you exhale, reach out as you hinge forward over the right leg. Relax the head and neck. Come up on the ball of the left foot. Step back, down dog. Start to walk the feet forward, coming back to Uttanasana, forward fold. Press down through the feet. Inhale, arms all the way up. Exhale, hands come together at the heart. Inhale, arms sweep up. Exhale, bend the knees, sit on the edge of your chair. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, slide those hips back. Press down through the feet, inhale up. As you exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold. Step back to downward facing dog. Sweep that left leg out behind you and then step the foot forward between the hands. Root down through the sole of the right foot, toes point out slightly, and as you inhale, arms sweep up, coming to Warrior One, Virabhadrasana 1. On the inhale, straighten that left leg. Exhale, hinge forward as you fold over the right leg. Fold over the left leg. Come up on the ball of that right foot. Step back, down dog. Walk the feet forward, coming to Uttanasana, forward fold. Press down through the feet. Inhale, all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, arms sweep up. Exhale, bend the knees, sit on the edge of that chair. Take a breath in as you exhale, slide those hips back. Breathe here. Press down through the feet. Inhale, all the way up. Exhale, fold forward. As you inhale, come halfway up. As you exhale, fold. Step back, downward facing dog. From here, float forward to plank. Keep the navel drawn in towards your spine. The neck is nice and long. Navel draws in, tailbone slightly tucked. You're lifting up out of the wrists. And let's shift back, down dog. Sweep the right leg out behind you and then step it forward between the hands. Lower the left knee, uncurl your toes. As you inhale, arms sweep up, hips lower. Breathe here. Take the hands, one on either side of that right foot. Curl the toes under on the left foot and we'll shift back, down dog. Sweep the left leg out behind you. Step it forward between the hands. Lower the right knee, uncurl the toes. Arms sweep up, hips lower towards the mat. Lower the hands. Curl the toes under on that right foot. Step back, down dog. From here, sweep the right leg out behind you and bend the right knee. Start to make some nice big circles with the femur in the hip socket. Let that leg become still. You're going to sort of float forward to plank as you bring your right knee towards the right wrist, right ankle towards the left wrist. Lower your left knee, uncurl the toes. So we'll walk our hands in line with the hips to start. And then as you exhale, start to walk your hands forward. You're going to come down to the forearms eventually, and then rest the forehead. Bring the awareness to the right glute, right hip, and see if you can just relax and let go. Come up onto those forearms. Place the hands beneath your shoulders. Curl the toes under on the the left foot. Let the knee float up off of the mat, and then you're going to press back to a three-legged dog, sending that right foot to the sky and then lowering it down to the ground. Sweep the left leg out behind you. Bend the knee. Start to make nice big circles. Femur in the hip socket. Become still, and then you'll float forward as you bring your left knee towards your left wrist, left ankle towards your right wrist. Lower the right knee. Uncurl the toes. Hands walk in line with those hips. Take a breath in. As you exhale, begin to walk those hands forward, eventually crossing the forearms in front of you, resting the forehead and watching the breath. Back up onto those forearms and then place the hands right beneath the shoulders. Curl the toes under on the right foot. The knee floats up, and then you'll press back to that three-legged dog, sending the left leg towards the sky, and lower the left foot to the mat. Begin to walk your feet forward, coming to Uttanasana, forward fold. Press down through the feet. Inhale, arms come all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. So we're going to begin to work our way back down, eventually coming to child's pose. And this is just kind of a fun and challenging way to do it. So you're going to come up onto the balls of the feet, arms lift up. And then keeping the chest away from the thighs, you'll start to bend your knees. Now, if you have knee issues, you may just have to come down to child's pose. But you're slowly lowering, keeping the heels up, keeping the chest away from the thighs until you come to a little squat here. Bring your hands to your heart. Focus on your breath. Release the hands, placing them on the mat. And then you can bring the knees to the ground and flip your feet and just shift back to child's pose. Come back to the balanced breath. As you inhale, come up all fours. Exhale back to child's pose. Inhale up all fours. Exhale back. Come up to all fours. This time, take a breath in, and as you exhale, you're going to round your spine towards the sky. And then as you inhale, that belly draws down, bottom and the head reach towards the sky. Exhale, round the spine. Inhale, belly draws down. Come back to a neutral neck, neutral spine, and we're going to come to lay on our back. So you can just make your way onto your back and then bend your knees and place the soles of the feet on the mat. Make sure the feet are parallel to each other. Arms come by your sides, palms face the floor. So we're going to practice dynamic bridge pose. Before we lift into bridge pose, draw that pelvic floor up and the navel in. Engage both glutes, press down through the feet, lift the hips. On the exhale, lower the hips. So each time before you lift, you're drawing that pelvic floor up, navel in, engage those glutes, lift the hips. And then on the exhale, lower. Continue to lift and lower here on your own, moving with your balanced breath. The next time you lower, pause there for a moment, and we're going to add on to that. So again, pelvic floor draws up, navel draws in, engage both the glutes, press down through the feet, lift the hips. So we're going to hold the hips up. Then, take a breath in, and as you exhale, you're going to draw the right knee in towards the chest, lower the right foot back to the mat. Draw the left knee in towards the chest. Lower the left foot. See if you can do that 3 more times. So if you're going to lift the right knee, you need to really engage that left glute. And then before you lift the left knee, engage the right glute. 1 more time on each side. When you finish, you can lower the hips down to the mat. Bring the knees into your chest. Keep the knees hugged in. Bring the arms out like a T, palms face the sky. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, you're going to tip to the left or twist to the left by bringing the legs over to the left. Left leg comes to the ground. Right leg can just rest on top of it. Watch the breath flow in through the nose and out through the nose. Start to bring the knees back up. On the next exhale, you're going to tip your legs over to the right. So you're twisting to the right. Right leg comes to the ground, left leg rests on top of it. Start to draw the knees back towards the chest. Keep the arms out like a T and press the soles of the feet up towards the sky. So you're going to keep the heels together but bring the toes apart so that your feet are in a little V shape. Point your toes and bring the legs out like a V. Flex the feet, draw the heels together. Point the toes, come out like a V. Flex the feet, draw the heels together. Keep going. The next time you draw the heels together, you can pause there. Bring the legs to neutral, bend the knees, place the soles of the feet on the mat, and bring the feet as wide as your mat. Allow the knees to sway from side to side here. Let those legs become still. We'll begin to transition into Shavasana. So if there's anything that you need to be comfortable for the next 5 minutes, please feel free to grab it. And then once you have what you need, just come to lay on your back with those legs extended out nice and long. Remember that Shavasana is a yoga pose, so you can modify it if laying flat on your back is not comfortable. So laying on your back, you're going to let the feet just flop open. Bring the arms by your sides, the palms face the sky. Let the arms be a few inches away from your body. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, just let it all go. Allow the whole body to just sink into the floor. Relax your jaw by creating a space between the top and bottom rows of teeth. Let the tongue fall away from the roof of the mouth and let your eyes rest in their sockets. Resist the urge to make subtle movements. Allow the natural breath to take over. Rest in Shavasana. slowly start to deepen the breath, becoming aware of the room once again. Start to make subtle movements that feel good to you, like wiggling the fingers and wiggling the toes. You can turn that head gently from side to side. Stretch through the arms and the legs like you're just waking up. And then roll to the right side in the fetal position and stay there for a few breaths. Keeping your eyes closed if you'd like. You can use those arms to bring yourself back up to a comfortable seated position facing the front of your room. And then once you get there, you can bring the hands together at the heart in Anjali Mudra. Ignorance is regarding the impermanent as permanent. And again, that's from Swami Satchidananda. So at the beginning of class, I was talking about this quote regarding how suffering is from desire, our need to be with someone or have something, because we're afraid it might get taken away. On the flip side of that, if you're having a bad moment, if you've had an argument with someone, if you had something happen at work, it could be anything. We need to remember that that's not permanent either. So if we're going through a challenging time, we can remember it won't be that way forever. It really won't. Ignorance is regarding the impermanent as permanent. So we need to become more willing to change, more willing to constantly transition, because that is what is happening in the world, and that is the way that life is. It's hard, but we'll keep working on it together. May you be happy. May you be peaceful. May you be free from suffering. May you have ease and well-being. Namaste. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day.